on, Rangers! Come
I
on,
missed the whole game.
He's 15 yards in front of me.
Hungerford, the smallest postcode in the National League South and the venue for Dorking's last game of the normal season. We cannot pretend to be covering this as normal, for this is the lost episode, the one that we couldn't quite fit into the Dorking Uncovered Season 2, given the drama of the playoffs that occurred in the weeks following this match. But we are big fans of the guys at Hungerford Town, a club that describes themselves as small but mighty, a family club at the heart of the local community. So we figured we'd better put this one together. Town have only just missed out on the playoffs this year, and Dorking are destined to finish second, so there's little riding on the outcome of the match. Yet both teams are keen to win, particularly Hungerford, who are looking to complete a league double over Wanderers, having secured a 2-1 victory at Meadowbank early in the season. For Marc White, this is a fixture he can afford to enjoy, although it may cost him, quite literally. For Marc tested the burgers at Hungerford in advance of this match, and he liked them so much he decided to buy a burger for any away fan who wanted one.
I'll get a burger by you. Nothing against the lasagna, nothing against that. What I'm saying is, it's a good opportunity.
For some of the players, the fixture provides a chance to work their way into the playoff thinking, while avoiding injury or suspensions ahead of next week's semi-final.
Well, just nice to have a game with zero pressure on it. We had to get a point in our last game, and we've done it in good fashion, and we secured runners-up slot. And now we're just looking forward to a home game in the playoffs, really. I think our big goal now is to get to the final, not look beyond the next game, the semi-final. And then it's just about a 2-week plan with the players, make sure we get right who's playing today, who's not, for varied reasons, and there's a huge amount of reasons behind what decisions we make. Look, clearly there's some players that we're looking to protect, right? Alfie, Jason, Baz, jump off the page, Josh Taylor. There's other boys that we want to see, can they make our mind up on where they are? Because next week is just another game. It really is just another week. And if that one individual you pick isn't in that tunnel vision mode, then that could be the player that cost you the game. I could name games now. I won't name them because some of the players are still here, but we've had some big competitions we've been in, and you know, 1 or 2 players have had a mental off day, little things like not picking up a player, not doing their responsibility, and it's cost us. And when you're planning them one-off games, you can't afford anybody that might not be at the races, because you want to make sure that there's no controllables that go out the window. Right, boys, just want to make sure we've got the right mindset today. Obviously we should enjoy today, because actually we've earned the right. It's nice that we're not playing under pressure today like all those other teams. We're in a really good place. Want to just remind you, mustn't read into things. Isaac, you mustn't think I'm playing today, that means Barry's playing Saturday. Mustn't think these things, because I think we're looking at the games we're going to play, and we're going to play the right players in the right scenario. And what I would say is that if you are playing today, you have got a good opportunity for us to think, like in any level of football that's good, to think, hey, that guy's in a good bit of form. And that good bit of form could make a difference. So the boys that aren't named today, they're no nearer playing in the next couple of weeks than the boys that are playing. I just feel like they benefit probably from not being out there today. So today it's about finishing the season on a high, but also making sure that we take the momentum into the week with everybody playing well. I'm looking for a couple of gems today. I'm looking to think Jimmy's had a fucking brilliant game there. Wes has done a fucking brilliant 50. I'm looking for little things today that make me think, great, we've got the perfect squad here, 20 players, pick who we want so we can, you know, make history in the next couple of weeks. Seager's a big threat. He's a ghost in the box, and he runs every single channel on the pitch. He does not stop running. So you'll have to make sure off the ball that you guys are tight. He likes space. Big threat. Apart from our boys, he's definitely the best striker in the league, 100%. Keep your discipline. Can we play fast, fast and furious Dorking Wanderers football to really enjoy the day, because we want that upward momentum. So it's about doing everything that we normally do. And the beauty of this team is we can put anyone in the side and we look like a Wanderers side. So make sure it looks that way. That's the plan, yeah? Okay, boys? We'll enjoy it, but this is part of our momentum and our plan, right? So we've got to really make sure we're focused, okay? Good stuff.
So I'm Danny Robinson and I'm the first team manager of Hungerford Town. You know, falling in love with this football club. It's a brilliant football club. You know, people working so hard behind the scenes and, you know, trying to be better off the pitch. We're trying to be better on the pitch, but I feel like we have succeeded this year. Of course, we flirted with the playoffs. We've died a death a little bit lately, but if anybody said last day of the season, there's no drama, there's no, you know, got to win to stay up and all that lot, I would have bit your hand off. So yeah, very proud of that achievement.
I'm Kieran Morrison, media for Hungerford Town, been here for about 3 years now, since I was 15, so I'm 19 now, at uni. So just come down for the game, just do a bit of coursework, see everyone again. Yeah.
I'm a Newcastle United fan, which through thick and thin, but obviously to be part of the local community where I live is probably overtook that now.
This league's all about haves and have-nots. We're definitely in the have-not category. You know, I think we've only got 4 players in our squad that's only ever completed 1 or more seasons at this level. So yeah, we're definitely one of the have-nots, but they enjoy playing for Hungerford. Like to say, they try and enjoy playing for me at times, and you know, we've got players that are hungry to play this level, and you know, that's fine by me, because you know, if they're willing to work as hard as they can for this football club, then that's it's only going to be a good thing for me.
We're very small. The population in Hungerford's less than 6,000. We have no cinemas, we have no theatres, so we try to sell ourselves as a community hub. So you can see behind me, there's been junior tournament on today. There's over 100 juniors here. We've actually got a junior membership of over 200, which for a town as small as what we are, is fantastic.
The style of play is changing, it's adapting given the climate. The pitch during the winter, they would play the long ball quite often. Sometimes it would be up in the air quite more than across the ground. As we're coming to the better weather, I think they're playing across the floor and trying to play it from the midfield into the final third.
Hard-working team. If they're in front, they'll waste time. You'll see Luke on the ground, the physio will probably come on, that's for sure. 3-5-2, don't sure I'd be getting that away, but I think everyone knows now what Hungerford's about. And then essentially just get the ball to Seager and try and put the ball in the back of the net.
I think the gaffer's brief this year was just not to have a relegation battle. You know, this is, I think, our 6th season in this level, which for us is incredible for such a small club. We've got the smallest budget in the league. And smallest, well, we're the 3rd smallest spectators now, which is brilliant.
Given the fact that we've had a bit of a string of losses, I would hope to see a victory. I'll probably not see much into it, but maybe 1 or 2 goals in our favour.
Yeah, it's hard because, like I said, they've got so many good players. You can't focus on just one. You know, like I said, in my humble opinion, they're the best footballing side in this division. So, but we've got to just try and match them, try and get close to them. You know, hopefully they got one eye on next week, which I'm sure they will do. And yeah, we've just got to be at it. Otherwise, unfortunately, we're going to be on the end of something.
Right, Dan Lincoln, going to just make this really clear now. Giving Dan Lincoln the ball today would be like driving your missus round my mate's house. Okay? Massive error. Okay? Big error. Who said take mine? Actually, I think she's been round already. Right. There's no other way of dressing this up other than to say this is going to be one fucking tough game. This is going to be tough as fuck. Right? Remember what I said? Put something on your passes, anticipate better, but use your brains positionally. Wingers, get high. Back 3, get tight. Yeah? Use 2, not both deep the whole time. Okay, boys? All right? Let's go, lads. Come on.
There's no 2 ways about it. The Hungerford pitch is challenging. On a distinct slope, Dorking are heading downhill in the first half, which is how the home team like it.
In the box! Deliver!
Kane's there.
Morrow! Tell him ball's in the box!
As ever, Marc wants balls in the box, and Jimmy Mewett's willing to oblige with his hitherto unseen long throw.
Fucking hell. That's fucking longer than Tingles.
Long ago, we'd have described Hungerford's defensive approach as a backs-to-the-wall job, but today it's known as a far more poncy, low block. Whatever you call it, it's keeping Dorking from reaching their goal. They may be defending deeply, deep, is that an adverb? But Hungerford are willing to venture up the hill. Chris Flood plays in Reece Tyler, who crosses back for Flood to attack.
Is he the full-back, yeah?
Yeah, he's a right back, yeah.
Is that Sammy? Relax! Relax!
Up top, Dorking are playing Ottaway and Rodari, two strikers keen to impress their manager.
Oh! Yes, man!
Marc warned his players of Hungerford striker Ryan Seeger's propensity for running all over the place, and while he's keeping Dorking occupied, Max Ram gets a towering header opportunity.
Someone's got to stay with a 9.
Seagull up top scorer.
Yeah, he's run all the way around the back. It looked like Callum was marking him at the beginning.
Ref, he's got his shot, man! Shoot, Bobby! Shoot, son! Ref! Ref! He cannot do that! That is against the law! That's a foul! That's a foul!
There are numerous players on the pitch who have an eye on getting themselves involved with the squad in the forthcoming playoff matches. Not least Bobby Joe Taylor, whose efforts down the left side are eye-catching.
On your own, son! On your own, son! Run him, it's foul! Run him! Keep running! Deliver, Cal! Deliver! Unlucky, Cal. Good ball. Bobby, well done! Bobby, well done! Good decision!
Hold it!
Both sides are delivering crosses like a Christian in 13th century Bosnia, and while we're not sure that joke quite works, we're confident most of you can't be bothered to double check it. Ultimately, the ball ends up at the feet of Wiley Reese Wiley.
Fucking save that is.
Bobby Joe Taylor continues to drive his team forwards as if he were the coach driver, and Harry Ottaway is alive to the possibility of a whipped ball into the box.
Cleared his lines.
We've got water in there.
There's no bottles, but yeah, they're all full. Well done, Bob.
Dorking keep crossing the ball, but they're not finding Harry or David.
There's a fucking hell of a ball.
Go on, Bob, go on, Bob.
Bobby is again involved when Dorking create their next opening.
Grab the foul, ref.
Well done!
While the Yacht Dog hasn't found the net, his link-up play has been exemplary, and he gives Taylor a chance to fire at goal.
Bob. Time.
Unlucky, Bob! Bobby, unlucky!
It's taken about 25 minutes for Coach Carl to finally deliver his thesis on the Hungerford formation.
There's one at the back here. So it's there. So diamond back 4, there's a diamond, there's a 2 on top, and there's a 4-5-1.
4 diamonds,
Yeah.
fuck me, 2. Yeah, I got it now.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there's our back 4. Okay, there's a diamond in the middle, hold up. You see it?
So who's, even though we've got, where are we? Dots.
Yeah, dots, mate.
So where's our 4-5-1?
There's the 4, that's our right back, centre off there, there's your 4, there's
Right.
1,
So it's
10 there.
So it's one.
Yeah, 1 and then obviously overload there as well. 2v1 there.
Cool.
Whatever Hungerford are doing, the players on the pitch are finding space, and the ball is attracted to Bobby Joe Taylor like a girl in a nightclub. He has really nice white teeth, you know. Curtis Angel's cross ends up at the feet of George Smith, but the midfielder blazes, like anyone who entered my flat in the mid-2000s. With the game short on quality, Dorking lower the tone further still, with a goalmouth scramble worthy of any game of Wembley singles.
Okay.
What's fucking doing that? Like a frog.
Where's Frogden, I guess? You really missed a trick there, Dino.
Right, we're changing shape. That's the old 3-card trick. Exemplary halves. Dan Lincoln, Ottaway. It's about getting everything right that I've told you to do. There's already going to be 600 mistakes that no one can help in this game. So if you then start putting on top of that things that are unintelligent, like trying to play balls hard into feet through the middle, between the centre half, a holding player with a diamond, then you make it even worse for us. This game has been at its best for us when we keep the ball moving. I wouldn't normally encourage bouncing, but any kind of ball moving makes this an easier game. Football's about intelligence, right? Watching how your teammate is playing and thinking he's winning it all. So I know that, so I'm now going to get off him. Or if you're on the throw, you're thinking, H, come in here, because I can see you're winning the battles. Get him in there. So we've got that throw there. H just stood there like this, and we go sideways to Kane, put it off the pitch. That's the unintelligent bit, right? So we play. You've had a good half, Isaac, actually. You've had a really good half, okay? But I'm just asking, if there's fine margins in these games. Okay, boys? So, stop nagging the ref, appeal, and then get on with it. Fullbacks, Sammy, Dan, the bell goes when we get it to Bobby or Jimmy, and you need to try and get it as high as possible to pair you. Okay, boys? Let's compete. Let's make sure we win this game today, okay? Right, focus on this.
Jimmy's been good, Turk.
Yeah, want to get him off, swap Bobby over.
Bobby continues to impress, finding himself at the heart of the Dorking attacks, and while the Wanderers are keeping the pressure up at the top of the hill, they can't quite fashion a clear-cut chance.
Deliver! Deliver!
Buffalo stayed up.
Forward, Callum! Help, support!
Sammy, leave.
Brilliant done! Brilliant done!
That's fucking lovely eyes. Lovely eyes there.
Right, equalizer!
It's no surprise that it's Bobby who delivers a cross into the 6-yard box, where Sammy the Buffalo Elab can't quite make the most of it.
Buffalo's fucking missed it. He's fucking...
But he's facing the other way.
Does he know we've turned round?
By now you might be realising why this episode didn't make the cut in season 2. The most interesting thing to happen so far in the second half is this penalty shouts that definitely wasn't a penalty, but hey, it pads out the running time. Even Dino is more entertained by the demise of Eastbourne Borough, who are being mauled by Dartford at this point.
They go above Dartford.
Does that put them in third, guaranteed, doesn't it? Yeah.
Fucking Dartford have beaten Eastbourne 5-1.
Eastbourne have done that,
Haven't
haven't
win 2-0, they'll go above Eastbourne. Eastbourne losing 5-1.
they? Stop that.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. They're 5-1, yeah. Well, even if...
What haven't? 0-0?
Yeah, even if haven't win one, and Eastbourne concede another one.
Meanwhile, Nick Wheeler has been dealing with the prospect of missing the playoffs with a hamstring strain, and the winger is being given a 30-minute opportunity to show he's got the fitness required to play a part in the big finish.
Am I on the right or on the left?
Swap Bobby, put Bobby here.
It doesn't take long for Nick to get involved, as his appearance coincides with Dorking's best spell of the match.
Kennedy's overlapping!
It's tricky, Nicky.
Deliver!
Yeah. Oh, yes, Bobby Jones.
Finding himself on the right-hand side, Bobby is able to cut in on his favoured left before firing a shot past keeper Luke Kearney, who gets his fingers to the ball without having the option of stopping it. Immediately after the goal, Hungerford storm forwards, or at least star striker Ryan Seeger does. The man who is just 4 goals behind Alfie Rutherford in the top scorer list for the season suddenly turns on the skills. He's showing the kind of ability that might attract Marc's attention, but the real question is, why am I continuing this ridiculous charade when you should already know Marc signed him a few weeks later?
What the fuck? Carl, are you watching? Have they changed?
Marc's realised that Hungerford have changed shape, but George Smith is still blazing a fat one.
Good.
Wow.
Isaac, lock up.
Wheeler truly is flying, giving Dorking the impetus to find the killer's second goal.
Shoot!
Nick is possessed, and given the time limitations on his cameo, he won't stop running until the final whistle goes.
Nick is flying, mate.
Fucking hell, doing lollipops. Go on, H-Dog. Harry's been fucking tremendous. I honestly don't think Harry's given the ball away today.
With the game drifting into injury time, Marc wants his players to keep the ball in the corner and protect the 1-goal lead.
Corner!
The Wanderers fail to keep the ball in the corner, and Hungerford have one last charge down the hill. Gallagher breaks the play up, but he can't get the ball up the field, and when it falls at the feet of James McShane, George Smith takes the man and then the ball, according to Marc. Left wing back Curtis Angell finds himself on the right of the Wanderers' box, and his cross shot is turned in by future Wanderer Ryan Seeger Megadrive, who scores his 27th and final goal of the season.
The thing is, this is intelligence about up there. It's intelligence, mate. There. That's what kills you. Like we've got enough opportunities here just to put it in the corner.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Well done, mate. Cheers, mate. Cheers, pal. Cheers, lads. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Missed a big foul for the goal on the chain.
Sure the kids obviously
do me a favour, don't say that if you're not sure, because you'll watch it back. I'm telling you 100%, it took the man not the ball, and then the ball just carried on. So when you see it back, you'll go, clear foul, missed it. That's all I'm saying. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Enough. We could have kept it in there for 4 minutes. Right. Okay. Those of you that are football people, should understand it, right? So, by the way, that was a great second half. Playing up the slope, we got our playing out patterns right. We either went into wingers or we put it into odds, and we were pretty successful. The game then opened out for us. We were able then to get a foot on the ball, start putting it out to wide areas, right? Game's there for you, but so I was really pleased with the second half. Good goal, Bobby, really, really pleased. That game is won in that corner. Who threw it inside? Who threw it inside?
No, I threw it to me, I'd send it back to him.
Right, the game, boys, match play. I used to play with a scouser called Mick Daniels, right? He would be having a punch up now, someone done that, right? It's match play, right? You took your bloke in there. So Ots has wandered in there. This is like a 1 of 3 throws. Bobby, you've wandered your bloke in there and cut the space off, which has almost forced us to go sideways. Listen, I'm not sitting here picking holes, but my job is to make sure that we lift trophies. And if that is 2 minutes to go, and you do that, that is what can happen in football matches. That's only happened because our game management wasn't smart. That ball could have been in that corner for 10 minutes if we are determined to keep it in that corner. And what I didn't hear enough, I heard a few people, I think I heard Dan G, is saying, get in the fucking corner, put it in the corner, keep it in the corner, right? Football is a game of fine margins. You can look as good as you want to look, as pretty as you want to look, you can dribble it past people, look great, but football is about winning. And when you've got 2 minutes to go, you automatically think, win. And you do everything properly and you do everything correctly. Right? That game, they scored a goal because we were not intelligent in that corner. We should have kept it in. I'm pointing it out because obviously we are, it's important. We're paid sportsmen, and it's important to point out what's right and wrong. I thought we had an excellent second half. That's what I would say. Bobby, really good second half. I thought Nicky done great when he came on. Jimmy had a good game. Ots MON for me. I thought we had a great game today. I thought second half we showed a bit of intelligence. We dropped off to get the ball. I thought that was one of your best games done all season. Decision making was great. Knew when to speed it up, knew when to slow it down. Us conceding a little sucker punch from Hungerford. Try and look at it, I was always taught, say, well, what's good about it? What's good about it is we'll correct that next week. Rather it happen here than next week. So let's make sure we don't have any kind of mental baggage about that little situation. I thought it was an excellent game on a really poor pitch. And just remember one thing, all of our rivals, the scores today when you see them are fucking off the scale, right? They've all gone into today playing under a little bit of pressure, or they're playing for something. So they'll be very, very well drilled, them teams. Stay with me, boys. Sammy, stay with me, please. Them teams we're playing are going to be very well drilled. Not just because today, like Chippenham, they've had a great result, but also because someone is going to go and win again on Wednesday, and they're going to go, whoa, and they're going to be playing from a 10, as they call it. So the job of a semi-finalist like us is to understand that someone's going to arrive at our ground, and whilst we'll always be favourites and whilst we're brilliant, they'll be at a 10. And we won't have time to wait for that situation to develop. We'll have to realise they're going to be at a 10, and we'll have to be at a 10 through what we do training this week. And then our freshness will take over and our sharpness will take over. Okay? So well done today. There's a lot of good things today. Get the gear in, boys. I'll see you get their food. I'll see you on the bus. So the idea today was to sort of put boys out their comfort zone a little bit, and just to sort of see who you're gonna sort of trust to get the job done at Meadowbank. And there's no question in those one-off competition games you want boys that communicate, talk, play the percentage game, experience. And so yeah, that little bit at the end there with the ball in the corner, really easy way to see the game out. They should have to break someone's ankle to get the ball out the corner with 2 minutes to play. We've played an inside pass, but actually apart from that, everything today was really good. Actually, I was really, really pleased. Very difficult place to come.
I'd never seen a non-league match in my life until 10 days before I came chairman at this football club.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? What
So I'm a Nottingham Forest fan. I'm Nottingham born and bred, but obviously now I live in West Berkshire, so not very practical to watch Forest. And I worked with somebody who was a chairman of another football club. We kept talking about Hungerford, and I live 15 minutes away from the club. And I kept saying to my son, we'll go and watch them. Oh, they're in National League South, that's not bad. And it was one of those things where a month goes by and never came down. And I kept saying to my wife, I need a hobby, because I haven't got my Forest anymore, I can't. And one morning I'm getting ready, she sees on Facebook, Hungerford Town, the chairman's leaving, treasurer's leaving, secretary's leaving, manager's probably leaving. You'd make a good chairman. And I went, hold on a minute, I was only on about going to watch them. She sent a message to whoever had put this post on. I met a few people, and yeah, it was a bit like being in a beauty competition with no other contestants, and here I am.
Are you excited about the next couple of weeks? Marc makes out like he's totally level-headed and he's not emotionally invested. You've got to be excited or nervous to some extent.
Yeah, a bit of both, to be honest. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of nerves there, but like you look around our squad and the teams we're going to play, we've played them twice throughout the season, and it's, each other inside out, and it's we're capable of beating anyone in this league, and we know that, especially at home. So I'm not like nervous in the terms of the actual nerves about the game, but just it's a one-off game, and sometimes some things can go against you on the day. You could be the better team by miles and still lose. So it's just a one-off game, so there's always a little bit of nerves there, but I think we'll be good.
Maybe when I walk out next Saturday afternoon, possibly. I've gone up in the playoffs before. Playing 2 lots of sports in a high-pressure situation helps. So I think come next Saturday it'll hit home, but till then it's a normal working week. Get on with it, prepare and go again.
What is your priority right now out of your 2 sports?
On the day I deal with it. Whatever I've got to do, juggling work, juggling cricket, juggling football. The night before I decide what I'm doing, or I work out what I'm doing, how I'm going to plan it, and just go from there. I've been juggling for so long now, it's water for duck's back, it's very easy.
I'm a businessman, and I like to think I'm a good businessman. But once you get involved with the football club, a lot of that goes out the window. Fans, players, managers saying I want this. And that first season was a massive learning curve.
For me, it's obviously Dorking's my favourite club to play for. I've enjoyed it here so much. I don't want to leave, but I'm older, so going full time is a big decision. So saying that, it's one of them. We've said when it happens, we'll talk about it. I'm contracted to next year, so I'm not planning on going anywhere. But we'll see what happens, see what league we're in, and we'll just go from there. But
we've costed it what it would be to do the works, and for a small club like it's just prohibitive. And is that a bit of the quirky nature? You know, Dorking came here last season. You know, we beat them 2-0 with 10 men, and nobody likes coming here. So, is that a bit of an advantage? I don't know. Listen, our home form the last 6-7 games hasn't been great, but prior to that, we were a bit of a fortress.
We are one of the, if not the best side in the league. We're definitely someone that at home can win 2 games of football. So we're really confident, but one-off games, we need to be making sure all the details right.
Thanks for watching Bunch of Amateurs on YouTube. If you don't know what happens next, we suggest you go and watch the playoff games, particularly the episode Our Day in the Sun. So that is the end of the Lost episode. We will have more Lost episodes coming up in the future. We hope you understand that this is not from Season 3, it is from Season 2, guarantee. If you look in the comments section after this has been live for a day or two, I guarantee there are some really confused people, but we've tried to explain it, so hopefully it made sense.